I love that song. I like it a lot. I like it. Oh. Hello, hello, hello. I was waiting for that. I knew that's gonna happen. I was waiting for it. Hi, how you doing? Hi, Bibu. Hi, Dominique. Hi, Sheeta. Hi, Madden. How are you guys doing today? Also, what nice timing for me to sit down with dinner and get the notification from Discord that Pam is live. Perfect. Hey, that was my goal. Hi, Blue. Hello. How are you? I am not okay, guys. But I promised you a stream today, so we will have a stream today. But it might be a shorter one, depending on how shit's gonna get. I got some black tea. I don't know if you remember me talking about that, but I don't have caffeinated coffee anymore. I only have decaf coffee, and I feel very EP. But not like the physically EP, but more like mentally, I'm just not there today. And I hope the black tea helps a little bit with it. Go home from work, so gonna relax with you all after work. Let's go. How was your work day? Was it okay? Then go rest. If you don't feel good, then fucking rest. So the thing is, it's nothing that resting can help with, right? Like sometimes you just feel, for example, mentally bad. Like I said like it says in my title, I had not really a nightmare. It wasn't really a bad dream, but for some reason, the last dream I had before I woke up left me super panicky, irritated, confused, and kind of traumatized for some reason. I just don't feel well all day thanks to that dream. And rest can't do anything about it, but I might be low energy or like a little bit in a worse mood just because of that. So that's just my heads up. But resting, quote unquote, won't do anything about it. So I don't need to do that. That's such a mood, honestly. Ayato, how you doing? Work was okay. Yesterday was chaotic. Thank you for... My work was okay. Yesterday was chaotic as fuck. Needed to run around and got bombarded with phone calls while needing to make phone calls of my own. Ugh. I hate phone calls, so that sounds like an absolute nightmare for me. Spilly, hello. How you doing? Good, but tired, and you? Same. But I got some black tea. That's nice. Hopefully, as soon as I can drink it. It's pretty hot though. I just brewed it during the waiting time. So stream already started and I made my black tea. Fortunately, it doesn't need long, like 4 minutes, but it's still hot because of that. Let me give a shouty. Oh, that's wrong. Shout to Blue. Shouty to... Oh, I can't type. Hi. Yeah. It's been really good. Just busy with the workies. Ooh, do you have a lot of work to do? Are you super busy, or is it like... is it more like one big project or a few big projects or a bunch of smaller projects type of lots of work? Thank you for shouting, of course. Thank you for the hydrate and posture check. I will hydrate with water. I also have water with me, not just tea. It's not a lot though. And that pet said well. Thank you. Let me turn on the music just a smidgen. Because it's not everybody's cup of tea. Yeah, it's 7 projects due in 2 weeks. Mostly just bad timing with everything. Otherwise, we got this. You got this. Are you also the type of person that works extra motivated when under stress? Or does it make it worse? Because I know that I can only really focus if I know I can't rest anymore. If it's urgent. Hi Knosper, how you doing? Like I had an exam at a university once, and I only studied, I think I started studying 2 days before the exam. Hi Inventory Jazz, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. How you doing? What's up?
Can you shut the fuck up?
I don't know why that's a thing, but I feel you on that, Spilly. I feel you. I only studied for an exam 2 days before the exam, and I literally studied like the whole time that I was awake, so it was like 16 hours. Where's the music? There's just a big nothing at the end of the song. What the fuck? Yeah, I studied literally all day and I forgot eating, so I only ate before I went to bed. So that was really bad. I was so locked in. But hey, I passed. Yeah, I did. I still passed the exam. Yeah. Funny enough, the only exams I don't pass are ones that I do prepare for, but not properly. Because I only study for the exam and not to understand the class itself. Yeah. I'm good, I made something. What did you make? I need to lurk since I'm in VC with someone. Ooh, have fun. Thank you for lurking. Who you talking to? What you doing? Now you make me noisy. Noisy? Yeah, I think it's called noisy. Hey Bamster, I'm working on a Cobble Cookie page on the VTuber wiki page right now. If the Ukes approves, all participants should be using it so it looks unified and professional. Lol. Oh, that's nice. That's good. Yes, please. Let me know when you have it. Battle bro, what the fuck are you doing? Hello. But what the fuck is that? I believe in our procrastination powers. Let's go. I feel like, yeah, the stress, the adrenaline gives you superpowers. I bet. Have fun before I forget. PP check 11. He's okay. He's very mid. Got a phone call from boss while typing this, but I was mostly that new parts arrived on Monday, and yesterday I had to test all the electronic parts and also take parts from logistics and give different parts back to logistics while also trying to deal with strange tram issues. That does sound very busy. And also very chaotic. Like, it's not just one task you do all day. Like so many small things. Ugh. Yato, I thought you lurked.
With great intensity.
That's how you say goodbye. Wow. But yeah, Madden, that sounds exhausting. My brain would totally be fried and overstimulated by all the different things. Lurking, but I wanted to do that, but you still listen to me. That means you're not lurking. You are doing something in chat and you listen to me. That means you're not lurking, my dude. I mean, I don't mind if you choose to lurk or not, but I'm just saying. Gotcha there. Okay, maybe I can drink my tea now. Wait, let me try to take a sip. Yeah, I can slurp it. Normal drinking, maybe not, but the slurping works. Yum, 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 yum. I like black tea. Black tea, it's pretty much the only tea I can drink that's not boring. Because, like, you know, I can drink fruity tea, I can drink herb tea, and I can drink black tea. But I can't drink green tea or white tea because for whatever reason, I get really, really odd heartburn from that. So the only teas I drink or I have at home is chamomile when I have a heartburn, sage when I'm sick, peppermint because I like it, and black tea. That's all. I'm also not a soda person. I went to a restaurant for Easter with my family. My mom ordered like a wine soda type thing. My grandma ordered wine. My mom's friend and my grandfather both had beer. And my aunt and me, we just ordered coffee and water. Plain coffee and water. Even if I have the choice to drink something, you know, interesting, I choose coffee and water. The same thing I drink all day at home. Ridiculous. Oh, and also troubleshooting the new parts. Of course, because 2 brand new parts didn't work at all. Classic. So fuck that even the manufacturer doesn't know what's wrong because it's spitting out an error code that never got programmed into it. How does that work? But can't you just send them back then? And get new ones? Green tea is nice, but I usually add a little bit of grated ginger. I hate ginger. And a slice of lemon to it, so it's not exactly just green tea. But that does sound super healthy. Green tea, ginger, and lemon is a super healthy combination. I just hate ginger, can't drink green tea, or like it's not good for my tum-tum for some reason. And lemon is okay. Lemon's the only thing that's okay for me. Funny thing, right? I get heartburn from green tea, but I don't get heartburn from lemon. Make it make sense. My body works in mysterious ways. Like doing that when I'm sick because it will warm me up. Yeah, it is good for when you're sick. Also for your immune system, I think. Isn't like ginger shots a thing branded with the fact that it's good for you and it strengthens your immune system? When I went to the clinic and everybody was getting sick, like we had 2 waves of flus during my time. 3 actually if you add the day clinic time to it. And I had a ginger shot every single day while I was in the clinic and not at all when I was in the day clinic. And I survived all 3 flu waves without getting sick. But I got sick as soon as I came home. At a sign. Is my hometown maybe not good for me? Perchance. Shots, alcohol. It's also spicy, but not exactly. The healthy shots. Thanks for headbeds, Yato. Yeah, the plan is to send them back to the manufacturer, and they promise to pay for shipping, and we won't have to pay for repair costs since it looks like they fucked up. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, if you just got it delivered in any way, it's not your issue. It's either their issue because they delivered a broken product, or because of the delivery people, because they fucked something up during the delivery that broke the product. I mean, maybe you can fuck something up by installing it incorrect, but that's very object specific. So I don't know about that. Alcohol abuse? No, I could never. I love parkour. Sure, I'm sure that's what it means. Yeah. Right. You could never. Very healthy relationship you have with your best buddy alcohol there. I'm not sure if ginger is good for the immune system. What I do know is that ginger is really good for motion sickness. Motion sickness? Drink ginger tea before I need to drive somewhere for longer than 15 minutes. Do you get that, motion sickness? Really? Extremely easy? Down. That's poopy. That's unfortunately something I don't have. But I get dizzy from the smell of gasoline. So like new cars or old cars, like either really old or really new cars, both make me dizzy by the smell. It's so odd. I don't know. But motion sickness do be crazy. I'm glad that ginger tea works for you though. How long does that help? Like if you have a long drive, does it like get worse after a certain amount of time that you didn't drink the tea? I can get motion sickness from just swinging on a swing. Oof. Oh my god, do you know these huge ships that are in... Okay. Hi, later. Thank you for the love. Hi Z, hi B, how are you doing? Let me Google real quick. What is... wait. The park where there are roller coasters. Amusement park. Do you know these big ships in amusement parks that just swing back and forth? Or like in general, those roller coasters that swing? I hate them so much. I don't get motion sickness, but that just triggers something else in me. I don't know what it is. It's not motion sickness, but I get so in flight mode, like I literally, like a deer, I just become stiff and I'm like, I can't breathe, like as if you would take a super cold shower. It's so odd what that shit does to me. I hate that. I hate that with my whole soul. Those swinging things are horrible. Like if it's a small swing motion, okay, but those big swing motions, If you would have dragons in this world and you could ride dragons, I wouldn't be able to. Because like flying downwards or upwards fast and I can feel the motion, that would kill me, I think. I'm okay, a bit tired after doing lots of work earlier, helping my parents renovating their new house. Damn. They got a new house. Are they building that themselves or did they buy one and they just renovate it? Anything you mentioned chips, you would think that I would be puking my last month's breakfast when I go on a ship, but no, I don't get sick on ships. Not cruise ships at least. Were you ever on a ship when there were strong waves though? Did that make it worse? Yeah, the pirate ship thingy. Then you say amusement parks, that no, hell no, I don't want to imagine them. I love amusement parks, I love roller coasters, but I hate those ships. That's the only thing I will not drive in a roller coaster. Like the ones that make you do 10,000 backflips, no problem. You falling from 100 meters, no problem. The craziest roller coasters where you feel like you are flying, no problem. But not the ship. Where little children can stay. I can't handle that. Like I said, my body works in mysterious ways. They are boring as fuck. I can't handle them. But yeah, they're also pretty boring. I mean, the spin launch system currently being developed that is hoped to be able to literally throw a spaceship into a low Earth orbit in the near future. No, I was just imagining dragons. But I bet that gets close to it. Now the funny thing is that after I went on a cruise ship, I stopped getting motion sick for about 2 years. Maybe you gotta go on the ship way more often. There were strong waves? That's odd. But I mean, the motion of a ship is different from the motion of a car, though. Only been on one once. On one once. This is a second-hand house, but fairly bare bones, so at least we're replacing all the wallpaper with a new painting and replacing all the wooden floor tiles. We are doing this ourselves. It's pretty fun. I see. They're not building a whole house, like the fundamental things are standing, but it will get a new look. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. It's cool. Imagine Dragon D's nice. I was thinking about that as well. Look it up, the spin launch concept is pretty interesting. Space like technology development company working on a mass accelerator technology to move payloads to space. Hypersonic space catapult. Looks funky. That's supposed to spin. It really looks like a catapult. Crazy. Imagine Dragons, yeah, they are fictional. That fuck is Blue Alien meme. Huh? I don't think I know that one. Interesting, and got a bit of a similar experience after playing a very good ship simulator with highly detailed graphics for a few hours. You got motion sick from a simulator? Isn't the whole process of literally yeeting a payload into space instead of using a much more expensive rocket just so cool in itself? It sounds ridiculous. But I mean, it depends. Maybe some things you can just yeet. But isn't it way harder to control where it lands if you have to yeet it? And how much power does it need to yeet something into space? It's an interesting concept, definitely. It's a very silly idea. It's so simple, yet nobody, or majority of people would not try it because they would be like, yeah, okay, I can launch something by spinning it, but not that far. But those people are like, you know, maybe we can make it happen. What if? So spinning part is spinning and accelerating in vacuum until the last moment with a bust cap holding the vacuum before that moment. Ah. Oh, I don't know enough about vacuum to know how that would work. I don't know how spinning something in vacuum would work, to be honest. But I mean, I did see it. That's why it's a catapult, right? How it would work. Would sit on top and then just the cap opens. I can imagine it. As I just know, I just saw my reflection in my phone. And I was confused because I bleached my hair again yesterday. Hi, Z. Hello? Did we get a double rate? A double rate? Hello, hello, raiders. Welcome in, welcome in. Hi, Akira. Hi. I don't. How do I pronounce your name? Ventos. Ah, bro, I don't know. I'm so sorry. I'm butchering your name. I can't pronounce it. Welcome in, welcome in. How you doing? But no, I didn't mean motion sickness. Thank goodness. I just would feel as. Oh. Follower goals reached. Let's go. Wait. Something doesn't add up. Something doesn't work. Something doesn't make sense. Did I just get follow botted? Rip. But I don't see the follows. I only see the follower goal. And you can see that as well, right? I don't see follows. So I only see follower goal was reached and a bunch of them. Ah, now I have to take care of that. Oh, maybe that's why. Zeribot might find that. Yes, you did. I did. Oh boy. The goal set over 2,500 now. Yeah, I'm at 2,600. No, 2,561. Ugh. Okay, wait, I gotta write that on my to-do for after stream. Stinkies!
Do you mean hydrate?
What do you mean
I just drank
hydrate?
5 milliliters of cum.
Yeah. Okay, wait, let me... Where is that? There and there. I need to take care of that real quick.
Can you shut the fuck up?
Let me take a screenshot of that. Whoop. Izzy was taken. I'm sorry, I wasn't able to properly react to your messages because I am a little bit, just a little bit, cry. How do I do this? Well, we'll see. We'll see. Probably your follow will most likely be reset today because of the follow bot. Now I did what I wanted to do. I screenshotted
Can you shut the fuck up?
I took screenshots. I just quickly gonna write down to do that. Report.
You got a beard.
But I'm kind of glad that we didn't get the
Great intensity.
Just Fallout pop-ups though, because that would never stop. Imagine it would be 1,000. Yeah, 1,000 pop-ups that someone new had followed. That would be horrible. I'm glad that we didn't have that. Okay. So what did I miss? Guys, was anything important that I missed in chat now because of the funny bot thingy majingy? Which never ceases to find new ways in having something broken, huh? I mean, that's not Twitch's fault. That's some weirdo's fault who think follow botting is, I don't know, funny? I don't understand why people do that. What's the reason behind follow botting? Because, like, what do they gain from that? Channel gets reported. Maybe. Besides that, they don't gain anything from that. They don't earn money by that. Even more now? What do you mean it's even more? Fuck, it is. It's 3.8k. Where did they come from? Where did they go? Where did they come from? God night, Joe. It's just weird to do that yet. It makes no sense. Bruh. Okay, I gotta ask Effort what he did. But that's something I can fix. Definitely. I don't think I'll get banned or anything because of it. We can keep doing the stream. I believe. I believe. Yeah. Hi, Speedy. Speedy is here. Okay, now that that's done for now. Yeah. Let me put that next to my phone so I don't forget it. But I don't think I can forget that. What were we talking about before that happened? Oh my god. I don't know anymore. This just threw me off. I think we were talking about the spin launch. And motion sickness. Yeah, space. But I think that was kind of over. The topic was kind of done anyway. Feels like it. Maybe that's why I forgot. Yeah, we're talking about spin launch, the mechanical single stage orbit yeeting system. Well, we were kind of done with that. About, like, yeah, how silly I think it is that people were just like, yeah, I spin and then I let go and then it flies into the space. Space! Throwing people into space. Outside of the nightmares, how was everything else been lately? Difficult. I just came home from the day clinic like 1, 2, 3, not even 3 weeks ago. And I slowly but surely have to take care about some shit that's pretty serious. And that scares me, so I procrastinate that. Besides that, I'm chillin'. And also a new Minecraft SMP has started last Saturday. It's called Cobble Cookie, and I participate in that. And I do play a lot of Minecraft recently because of that. So I'm successfully distracting myself by playing a bunch of Minecraft. So yeah, it has its ups and downs. How much did you pay for your mic? For my microphone? I don't know. 80 bucks maybe? I have my specs in my panels. I have the Rode M2. Ode M2. How expensive is that currently? On right now it costs 59 bucks. No, 95. Sorry, I mixed that up. 95, so almost 100 bucks. I think I paid a little less though. But yeah. That's how much. I feel this. Is it the same for you? How are you besides your workies? How is your private life going, you know? Not just the professional one. I can't speak. I've been socializing too much thanks to the SMP. I forgot how to speak. Oh, guys, speaking of, was it yesterday? Yesterday or the day before, one of those 2 days where I did not stream, right? I'm trying to get one specific Pokemon and it does not spawn. I have so many other Pokemon that are way rarer. And they keep spawning all the time, but not the one that I want, right? So it's frustrating me. And then Lyra came online. In the moment that something frustrating was just done, and I vented to her, but I did it in German, and I did not notice until the very end of my monologue that I just yapped in German. I was raging in German, and poor Lyda did not understand a single thing, and her microphone was broken. And so she wasn't able to respond to me, and she had to wait the whole time until I was done raging to then notice that when she talks, I can't hear her. So I was like, Lyda, I think you're muted. And she writes in chat, can you hear me? And I'm like, no. And she's like, oh wait, my mic doesn't work. So I was just like, I was saying, hi, how you doing? And we, you know, the classic Minecraft sign language, right? With the crouching and stuff. And I was talking normally. How are you doing? And that was still in English. I said, hi, how are you doing? Blah, 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 what you doing? Blah, blah, blah. All in English. But when I started to rage about the Pokemon that doesn't spawn, I switched to German. I did not fucking notice until the very end. So I really can't speak recently. It's horrible. Oh, you've been reading Kiki's Delivery Service. Ooh, do you know the movie as well? Is it much different from the movie? Is it the one Lyda has, the one that spawns in Dark Forest? Yes, exactly that one, Ralts. It's not that rare, but for some reason it just doesn't spawn for me. Saying that she was trying to catch it for you during yesterday's stream. Yeah, I saw that. I was also still trying to do that, but in a different forest, because my boyfriend had the idea that it might be a bug that you might only be able to catch one per campfire or one per forest or something, or one per person, yada yada yada. So I made a different campfire, went to a different dark forest, and I waited there all alone in hopes that that might solve the bug, but it still didn't happen. So at this point, I gave up. I straight up just gave up on getting that one. It's not meant to be, I guess. Leuchtmenschen? Yeah. He said that, but his theory seems to be wrong, unfortunately. Didn't happen anyway. I'm just randomly switched to German without realizing. Does that happen often? No, it does not. I think the reason why it happened is because right before I talked to Lyda, I talked to my boyfriend. So the thing happened, right? That the Pokemon just didn't spawn, but a different Pokemon that I don't want and that's way rarer keep spawning. And I told that to my boyfriend in German. And after I was done talking to him or with him, Lyda came online. So I immediately talked about that with Lyda. So I will still switch to German in my head. Even though I said, hi, how you doing in English. But the story was still saved in my head as German. I don't know. Also, it's easier to rage in German. As you know, a lot of people think German sounds aggressive. Which I kind of disagree, because it just depends on how you say it, right? If you talk gentle, it can sound gentle. If you talk aggressive, it can sound aggressive. But raging in German is just better than raging in English. Hi Darkstar! Thank you for the Prime shop. How you doing? Hello, hello, hello. Long time no seen. I know who you are. My go-to Insta right now is du Spargelstecher? The fuck is that supposed to mean? Asparagus poker. If you want to translate it to English. Spargelstecher. I mean, it is asparagus season now. I think I saw someone sell asparagus recently. Oh god, we will see asparagus everywhere now. Good site. Yeah, it's starting like mid and end of April, and it ends at the end of June. Yep, it's literally mid-April. Yep, it's Spargus season. Spargus season? Asparagus season. Spargus season. Yeah, now you guys know that Spargel is asparagus in English. Kann deine Spargel mal stechen? What the fuck is that supposed to be? I don't, you know what? At that point, I don't want to know. Not if you two say it like that. Also got surprised by how Japanese spoken by cute cats in anime can be so incredibly different from someone raging in Japanese. In like a samurai movie, for example, it almost feels like two completely different languages. Yeah. But you can do that with any language, I believe. I can... Like, the only thing you can't do in German is dirty talk. You can talk gentle, you can talk aggressive, you can talk funny, you can do anything in any language, but I know that dirty talk in German never works. It's always cringe. That's the one thing that doesn't work. Trust. Hype train. Why did a hype train just start? Nothing happened. Today is so broken, I swear. First we have the follow bots. Did that number change again, by the way? Let me check. No, it did not. Okay. At least that. What the freak? What the freak? Take a screenshot of that as well. Seems to be changing. They seem to snipe people. Boom. Well, congratulations. I now have 3.8k followers. All of a sudden. Lovely. I thought it never would happen to me because I have so many bots and mods. But no, they still managed. You can't sound nice and cute in Russian. That's always drunken anger speak. No, I believe you can sound cute and nice in Russian. But I think you always sound a little bit like serious. I think you can't get the seriousness out of it. Like the classic quote-unquote stone face. You can also hear that a little bit more monotone no matter what you do. I mean, Russian always sounds aggressive. Interesting. And that's also because Japanese have specific suffixes you use to conjugate your verbs and forms, specifically used for rudely demanding someone to... Yeah, okay. Yeah, and you would never use those grammatically forms when talking to people normally. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, if you curse, of course you sound more aggressive. The step is in conquering the world of Twitch. Conquering the world of Twitch. What does that mean? It can happen to anyone. True. But I was hoping it would not happen to me. I was hoping that you know, I'm safe from that shit. But I guess that has to happen to everyone at least once. I mean, we still got sniped in the most chill way. Do you guys remember? It is not too long ago, maybe half a year. Wait, no, I was gone for a while. A little more than half a year, but you know, like a year maximum. Where I know that Foxy had that issue and she posted on Twitter about it, and it got quite viral because other people started to have the same issue, that every 5 minutes she and all the other people got like a new follow for days on end, and it did not stop, and Twitch was not able to do anything about it. I don't know if they were able to remove the follows from that time. I think that was the only solution they had, but they weren't able to stop it. Something like that. So I'm glad that we didn't have bullshit like that, for example. Or pop-ups all the time. Even though it's poopy and weird either way. Probably some guy that is a hater and pay for the follow bot? No. No, I don't have a hater at my channel size. I think that's literally just some automatic botting. Maybe somebody made a bot and now it just snipes smaller channels or something. Maybe it is someone who actually thinks they are doing something good by boosting the follows, because they are delusional and don't know how things work, and they try to help smaller channels. Because I doubt that big channels get follow botted, or maybe it just doesn't show up as much compared to all the other bigger numbers. I don't know. Did you ever notice a big channel get follow botted? Yeah, Japanese has a very extensive verb conjugations being in... I don't know what that word is. Like in German, you would only conjugate verbs for past, present, particle, and for first, second, plural, third person case, right? No. 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 German is one of the more complex languages when it comes to that. I'm train is done. Let's go. Hi, Alex. What are we doing right now? We're just yapping. But what are we doing later? We're definitely gonna play a game. That's for sure. I just don't know which one. Should we make a poll, or do you guys have any preferences? Hello, Oppa. How you doing? Hi. You missed the follow botting. Look at my follower number. Something changed. Japanese, you conjugate for like want to do this case, able to do this case, being done by, planning to do, blah blah blah, the past negative versions of all the cases. Okay, that is a lot of cases still. German isn't as complicated, but it's still up there. Like, I think English is one of the easiest languages there is, which is why it's so popular. Right. Play FNAF, Mario Madness? FNAF. No. Missing the A. FNF. I have no idea what that is. Mario? Is it a Super Mario version? And just conjugating for verbs, not declination of nouns. Yeah, German has a lot of that too. For verbs, I think we also have like a past, like past, present, future. I think these classics. Or like future past, future, like those mixes. you will have done your homework type shit. Like the classics. Like hat gegessen? No, that's just one. Your first follow botting? Yeah, my first follow botting. Yeah. Hey Pam and Chad. Hi. What's up? How you doing? How was life? How you feeling? What you doing? It's been 3 weeks. Not even 3 weeks. Hey Pam, are you a German teacher today? No. No, I'm not doing that. First of all, I'm bad at teaching. Second of all, if I start talking German again, I will not be able to switch back. I just talked about a mistake I just recently did to one of my streamer friends where I raged about something in German and I did not notice until I was done raging and her mic didn't work, so she wasn't able to tell me that I'm talking German and she doesn't understand anything. That was kind of embarrassing. So I'm not doing that again. Friday Night Funkin'. It's a creepypasta mod and it even has a story. A creepypasta mod. A mod? For what? Can be a chill cobble cookie stream? It could be. But I don't know how much I'll be able to yap to you guys when I mean, it's not as social anymore. Currently, there are no events. So I will be able to talk more to you guys than the past 2 streams. When we play Cobble Cookie, but we could maybe do a poll. Yeah, Japanese is more complicated. I am aware, especially because it doesn't have the classic alphabet. You're so big and famous now. Yeah, sure. Point is, in Germany you only conjugate verbs for time and pronouns, right? Yeah. In Japanese you do those. Oh, yeah. And all those extra endings, I know. I don't know why you wanna learn Japanese voluntarily, but yeah. English is wonderful. Bargestecher. That's all I say about that. I mean, that's just German, but you know what I mean. Wirklich, dann werden wir alles mit Pammy auf Deutsch sprechen. Pammy wird die ganze Stream auch auf Deutsch machen. Oh, there's just one small mistake in there. It's not die ganze Stream, it's der ganze Stream. Yeah. Articles are very fun in German. Did you try to learn Japanese? No, but Z did. And my boyfriend did as well. My boyfriend learned Japanese at the university. He had a course for like a year, I think. But I don't understand why people would do that. I'm really, really bad with languages. You know how people are typically the language creative type of person or the more scientific math person? Yeah, I'm not the scientific but the math, and I'm not the language but the creative. Yeah, my body works in mysterious ways. This is the 3rd time I say that today, but it is what it is. I know we got ads, but you know what? Ads are perfect for preparing a poll. Game of the day. So we have Minecraft Bubble Cookie. We have Minecraft Fairy Core. We have... What games do I have? Edge. Still didn't start playing that even. Fields of Mystery. I didn't play that in a while. Anything else? Mr. Ravine, but I did not change the layout, so that wouldn't make sense yet. Gadget 1, did it get an update? Not loading. Not loading. Okay, I guess that's it. That's the choice for today. Starting the poll. Linguistically, it makes it extremely interesting. In Japanese, the whole relationship between what is a word and what is an entire sentence is a completely different situation, especially from the other end of the spectrum that is Chinese, which has no conjugation and inflection whatsoever, which I already know. Huh. Ah, right. Yes, der ganze Stream. But besides that, was good. Was a really good sentence. Does Pammy mean... Wait, does that mean Pam would enjoy learning Japanese since there's no such thing as conjugation? Nope. Nope. Any language is torture for me. You're bad in languages, but you stream in English. English is the only thing I can. The only language I can speak. And even at that, I'm not particularly good, as you might be able to tell. Some days it's worse, some days it's better. I can... You know, I know English well enough to stream in English, and to talk in English, and to somehow say everything I want to say. But it's still not ideal, it's definitely not perfect. But my German also isn't perfect. Hi Luna, hello, welcome in. How you doing? Oh, it's over, let's go. Thank you, Pam, meine Lehrerin. Lehrerin. I could never be a teacher. English is a language. It's a mash of outcast parts of other languages in a trench coat pretending to be a language. But hey, we're all speaking it. It fulfills its purpose of being a good mashup of all languages so that everyone can communicate all over the world. Your English is great. It's good. Let's not übertreib, as we would say. No, other than not knowing the word agglutinating. Sure. So that's the only word I don't know. Absolutely. My grammar, perfect. Me not knowing what an amusement park is, or that it's called an amusement park, forgetting that word, happens to the best of us. Welcome back, Yato. Just killing some time before I go on a date. Ooh, what you doing on your date? Are you going to eat something? Picnic date? Movie date? Or spam your English is better than half of my American friends? Doubt. Maybe it's easier to understand for you, but doubt. Cheese. Do you have cheese, Billy? Mind sharing some cheese with me? Still way better than my Japanese. I mean, I had English in like 2nd or 3rd grade. Like, I've been talking English. I had exposure to English for a long time, especially compared to you and your Japanese. Can't compare that. British is plain English, Australian is spicy English, American is cheese-filled English. I like that. I like that. Oh, that's why you said cheese, because cheese. Yes, you can have all the cheese. Oh, I don't want all the cheese. We can share. That's enough for me. Dinner, movie, and walk. I cook the dinner myself. Ooh. Wait, so you're also watching a movie at your place then? If you are cooking it, or do you bring it with you? That sounds nice. That sounds chill. I hope you have lots of fun at your date. Is it the first date? The English is one of the more easy languages to learn, in my opinion. Yeah, it is. That's why it's so popular. People say that it's hard, but when comparing it to my other choices of Russian and German, English is hard? No. English is pretty much the easiest, or one of the easiest languages, which is why it is so popular. Oh? Hold up, since when did the word Pam trigger the chat emote? Or for a long time. We had that for a long time. Okay, we have a 50-50 on Minecraft, Cobble Cookie, and Dredge. Okay. Gotta flip a coin then. I'm still learning English. And like on your own? Or like professionally? Jesus, great though. Yeah. Also still learning English. We learn together. But my stream is not a good way to learn English, guys. That's not... No, that's not how you do it. You go to the movie, then we walk to my home where I start cooking. After that, only God knows what will happen. Ah, I see. Okay. What are you watching then? And is it your first date? Or second, third? One language is harder than another's, or relative compared to what you already speak. True. Because of pronunciation and stuff, or how similar something is. But I would say simplicity and how complex or simple a language is does have a huge impact on how easy it is to learn. Generally speaking. Where Japanese people seem to have just the perfect native language versus target language. Particularly difficult for them to learn. True that, but I think, what is the difficult part about English? Is it the pronunciation? Or is it also all the grammar because it's just too different? You say it's hard because there are words read and read both different. True. True, there's a lot of words you just learn with time. But you can still easily, even with mistakes, you can easily communicate what you want. Like, it's not about speaking the language perfectly. It's about just being able to have a very simple conversation if you need to find the way to somewhere or something like that. Yeah, on my own, it's cool. It said that English is easier than Latvian, and I'm Latvian. I'm better at English than my own native language. Oof. I think I'm equally good or bad in both. There are things that I am better at in English, and there are things I'm better at in German. So I just switch. Whatever feels right in the moment. It's not the first date, it's like the 5th one. Otherwise I wouldn't take her home. I see. Nice. Sounds cool. I hope you have lots of fun. But for Japanese people, there's the unique situation that English is one language that has particularly large amount of double vowels. Oh yeah. Well, Japanese is one language that has almost none of that at all. Like if you speak Japanese, it's easier for you to learn Chinese or Korean over English because there's more similarities with the languages than there were with English. Pam speaks German, which is similar to the language compared to others. Biggest reason English is so well spoken around the world is because of colonialism. Yeah. True. Colonialism has a big impact on that as well. But so is French and Spanish. Still, those countries usually don't speak the language, they speak a version of it. The only language that did not get changed too much is English. I mean, sure, we have British English, American English, Australian English. but like majority of the words are the same. Oh, so you see how Japanese grammar is so complete? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, reverse that, also true for Japanese speakers. True. But the amount you have to learn is still less. There are more rules to Japanese than there are rules to English. Open. Don't say the silent part out loud. Open. Damn. I have no idea how you read so fast. Now that is an amazing skill. Am I? I'm reading even faster in my head than I am when I read out loud though. Like, I swear. I am... so it depends. If I'm just reading through chat messages, right? Speed is important more than remembering what I just read for a long time. But when I read a book, I read way slower because I want to imagine the scenes, the conversations, and because I want to keep it in my mind for longer. Does that make sense? No, not at all. Most Japanese people find Chinese extremely difficult too, other than some loan words. In kanji, there's actually nothing in common between Chinese and Japanese. They have completely different grammar. It's actually similar to English grammar, and Chinese pronunciation is so much more complicated than Japanese pronunciation. Also with phonemic tones. What are phonemic tones? Exactly that too when reading novels and such. See? I think that's normal though, right? Chat messages don't have to be read that quick. Also, I think one thing that increased my reading speed a lot is watching anime that just released currently because they don't have English or German dub yet. And they are only in Japanese and I have to watch it with subtitles. Because you want to watch the show and also at the same time you have to read subtitles. So you gotta read fast if you want to see some of it, you know? I think Chinese is just fucking hard. Chinese is probably a worse example than Korean. Haha, weeb. I am a weeb, and so are you. You guys are watching a VTuber. You are literally watching an anime character live, talking to you. You are weeps as well. What's a VTuber? You can't get out of this now. You've been here for way too long. It's an interesting situation. Chinese is completely different from Japanese outside loan words. While Korean actually has a very similar grammar to Japanese, although every word is different and the pronunciation is also more complex. Am I picking up any Japanese word yet? No. No, I can't focus on that as well. Yeah, I also got tired of reading the subtitles, so I've switched to watching Card Captor Sakura entirely in Japanese since 5 episodes. I mean, you're learning Japanese. It makes sense that you can watch it in Japanese because you're learning it. The only show I can watch in, like the only Japanese show I can watch in German might be Frieren, because some of the words are German, but also the way they pronounce those words are very unique. I might not even be able to understand them as what they're supposed to mean. Like Fern? Fern? No, it's Fern. If you would say Fern, okay, I would understand, but Fern? Fern? No, I don't know. The only word they pronounce correctly is Frieren. Luckily, I took 2 years of Japanese so I can watch without subtitles most of the time. Ooh, so you also know Japanese. Another weep. We got another weep in chat. Let's go. Phonetics are just typing how a word sounds instead of how it's written down. Ah, okay, yeah. Cat will be cat or laugh would be locks. Locks. Ah, now I know what you mean. Okay, thank you. That reading subtitles in English while trying to understand the Japanese speech actually takes so much more effort too, because of how the sentence structures are so completely different between the two languages. Makes sense, yeah. You can only focus on one of those, I bet. Mm-hmm. It's a plumber that only lays corner V-shaped bathtubs. Creative answer. I like. Pammy is getting a taste of katakana German. Oh, what? No? They say fair and like English pronunciation. Yeah. Yeah. She said the very German way. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Because they also have issues with pronouncing the R, right? But like, it's not so hard to make an E out of it. Fern. Instead of fern. Where's the Ö coming from? Fern. I do watch it with the Japanese subtitles, so not without subtitles yet entirely, but without English subtitles at least. Yeah. Japanese is Japanese. Whereas like actually the first half of each sentence in the English subtitle would match the second half of the sentence spoken in Japanese and vice versa. I've noticed that as well while watching with subtitles though. They say names and then they say them in the beginning and then in the English it's in the end. Or at the end. Hi Zeki! Hello, hello, how you doing? Sorry for being late, don't worry. I made today oh, you had a first aid course today. I have to go to 20 minutes to a DM to make pictures of me and make photocopies of documents. And I have to write a Bewerbung at the last minute, go again to the DM and the printer and ask why I do it at the last minute. Apparently my ADHD prevents me to do easy tasks, and when I'm stressed I work better. Zeki, I swear, we just had that topic earlier today. You missed that, but literally Spelly and I talked about how we work better under stress. So we procrastinate doing stuff until it's so late that we now work way better thanks to the adrenaline. We just had that topic earlier. I feel you on that one. Trust me. It's not the smarter choice, but it's the more relatable choice. I'm so sorry. No, I love that. I love that. We all have ADHD brain, apparently. I also self-diagnosed myself with ADHD, autism and the ADHD. I did take a bunch of tests before. I think I mentioned that before. And I'm more likely to have autism than ADHD, but I got the best fitting result when I took ADHD tests, or the mix of both. But it's also self-diagnosed, so. Same with my ADHD too. Let's go. English, I went to the store today. Japanese, store today I went to. Ugh. Store I went to today would make the most sense, I think. How would we say that in German? Bin heute zum Laden gegangen. I today to the store went. I don't know. I went to the store today. No. That would still be ich ging zu dem Laden heute. If you translate it, like word for word, it would still be wrong. Ich ging zu dem Laden heute. Ich ging heute zu dem Laden. I went today to the store. It might be something we would say in German. Even though nobody said ging. Everybody would say ich bin, but whatever. I went today to the store. Yeah, I think that's what we would say. Mm-hmm. Extremely common for people to have both ADHD and autism. This is a problem because one could easily mask the symptoms of the other. Yep, and lead to incorrect diagnosis. Yep, there's been a lot more research interest in this lately. Yep, I've noticed that as well. Which is why I jumped on that train, right? Why I figured that that might actually be my thing, because I never felt like I have ADHD. And I never felt like I had autism, but there are just some things that aren't normal for me. But so if I'm actually, if I have one or both of those things, then I'm still like more of a high functional one. I do not need help. I still work, which makes it even harder to get a diagnosis. Because, you know, I am disabled, but not disabled enough to be noticed for it, you know what I mean? That type of shit. Maybe, potentially, is my assumption. Latvian, it would be I today went to the store. I think actually that makes the most sense in my head. Like when you think about how important is each information of that sentence. We have the who went to the store? I. What did the person do? Went. Went where? To the store. When? Today. So we have those 4 informations. What's the most important? I think it should have the most important part in the beginning and the least important part in the back. Right? So I would say the store is the most important. Then went.
My back.
Then I, and then today. So like to the store, I went today. Or to the store, venting I today. To the store, went I today. That would make most sense to me. It's grammatically really fucked up, but like from priority in my opinion. A language that works like that would make the most sense, no? No, in Japanese you would actually say it like today store, destination marker, go plane pass marker. What? The fun thing with my language is that for most sentences you can shuffle the words in 3 or more different ways and still be grammatically correct. The only advantage is that, hey, that's cool. What language do you speak, if you want to share that info? In Japanese it's supposed to be completely grammatical to put today in other places, as in people won't have problem understanding it because of how the grammar works. But it's a bit of a convention to put a time word in the beginning of the sentence. Dorica, hello thank you for the hydrated posture check. Let me give you a shouty. Hi, how you doing? I'm a little behind with chat messages. Where's the underscore? No. There we go. I'm good. Glad you're doing good. I enjoy how most of my friends who are 100%, now I start to get a lisp, autistic, and some even on the more severe side keep thinking that I have autism. I haven't been diagnosed or anything like that. Honestly, I probably won't, because Latvia's mental health progress is 20 years behind the rest of the world. Romanian. Ooh, it sucks entirely? Why? Why do you think it sucks? I love the Romanian accent though. Like the people that I know that I talk to in English, but they are Romanian, I think they sound lovely. I like it. You see, Japanese grammar is such that just the fact that you did not use a third person pronoun already implies that it's first person, aka I, so you can completely omit the first person pronoun and it would be completely understandable. Well, yeah. True that. Except for the fact that 100% phonetical. I've learned a new word today. Phonetical. Means that how it's written and how you pronounce it is very different. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, French is also really bad with that. I swear to god. I don't know any French, but when I had to choose between learning Spanish or learning French in school, I learned Spanish because I could not, for the love of God, learn how to pronounce specific words in French because they are so different on how you pronounce it versus how it's written. That would fuck my brain so much. I mean, English still has it, German still has it, but I think it's not as bad. Romanian accent is very cute. Yeah, I'm French. Yato, you're a croissant? I did not know. Phonetical is written and read... No, the same. Oh, that's the same. I thought it was not the same. Or maybe I mixed it up because we only talked about not phonetical then. Thanks for correcting me. Yeah, croissant. Bonjour. 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 I was in France once. It was a school trip. I went to... Oh god, what is it called in English again? Czech Republic. I went to the Czech Republic. I had the option to go to Scotland, but I didn't get in. And yeah, I think all the other trips were just in Germany. I also could have done a ski trip to Austria, but I didn't do that because I left the school when that happened. Told you the first time I was here. Okay, that's been a long time ago. Come on. I can't remember everything. Japanese has the best of both worlds, where in one language you have two writing systems that are completely phonetical, and one writing system that's pretty much not phonetical at all. Easy, bro. Best of both worlds, but you never know which one you need. Phonetical is written how it's spoken. Okay. Bonjour. Scotland forever! Guess you can say English is like 64.72% phonetical. Where did you get those numbers? Kind of, except that it kind of isn't. Also now 6, 7. Oh. I think Boy Fee is coming home. Dog is staring at the door. What you looking at, dog? Lying? Where did you get that number from? I say betting my large beautiful eyelashes. He's not here yet. But how late is it? I've been streaming for 1.5 hours already. Yeah, it would be around the time where he comes home. Maybe the dog just knows that it's time, even though it's not him.
On camera, no, my boy.
Nope. You didn't come here. Bye-bye, Pammy and Chad. I have an appointment. See ya. Good luck at your appointment. Thanks for popping in. We have to call again. On the Discord. Once I have time. I mean, maybe today after stream I might be available to yap a little bit in Discord. How about that? Have fun with your appointment, though. Hello, little goober. Ainaka. How you doing? How is life? Okay, wait. My throat starts to hurt already. Let me flip a coin. Flip coin. I'm gonna say that head is... What was the first one? Cobble cookie. And Number is Dredge. It's head. We're playing Copper Cookie. Okay, okay. Or Cobblemon. It won. Does that mean I need to switch models again? Or should I keep this one? Because with the other model, I can't have majority of the channel point redeems. You want to use channel point redeems? Or do you want to see Minecraft Pam? Or both! Wait, I have an idea. I have an idea. How do I do that again? Okay, wait, I'm gonna switch to the Minecraft model. And then I can load current model as live to D item. Okay. And we have 2 of them. And then I can switch back to the normal model. Thank you, but you are wrong. Forgot to say it earlier. No, saying that an accent is cute is a very subjective thing. If we think it's cute, then we think it's cute. You can't say that our opinion and our taste is wrong. Even a simple word like scene, phonetics will just be see. True. Not gonna lie, but sometimes I speak French when I'm trying to speak English. Makes sense. Slip-ups can happen. Also happens the other way around, right? Actually, even more extreme than Chinese. In Chinese, most kanji has only 1 pronunciation, max 2. In Japanese, almost all kanji have at least 3 pronunciation, often 5+. Oh boy. I'm doing good-ish, living the life, you know. How ya been though? Good-ish. So you mean like okay? Like exactly the middle, not good or not bad? Or is it more good than okay? Hi Shadow, how you doing? Got that number for English from a random number generator. Ah, that's my brain. Ah, okay. And so it's random. Thank you, but you're wrong. Oh, I read that. Romanian accent is horrible. Most people try to hide it by learning a curated way of speaking. So the Romanian accent we know is not actually Romanian accent, is what you're saying? Hi, what you talked about so far? A bunch of things. A bunch of things. I can't remember. We got follow botted. That's one. And we can now have 2 models at the same time. Whoop, that's the wrong one. Two Pam versions. Do we like that? Should we play Minecraft like this?
With great intensity.
Gaslighting accents? Huh? Sexy ass monkey. What a name. Goodness gracious.
What do you mean? We're not gaslighting here. Right, chat?
I'm gonna find you and pour water on your socks. Would be happy to take some free water. My meat-eating plants love that stuff. Thank you. On your socks, though? They have like 6 different accents, and the one that's usually spoken by politicians and celebrities is the curated one. How can you have multiple different accents when you talk English? Like, I understand that you have certain, I think it's called dialect then, like within your country, the same language, right? Different dialects, but like Why does everyone have a different accent? And then you use it on purpose? Thanks, Shadow. I'm glad that it didn't do double the amount of love just because I have 2 models on the screen. Free water? Seems like it, but only on your socks. Who wants watery socks or sock water? Do not ever say no to free water, but it's sock water. Are those apples or hearts? They are hearts. Yeah, that's why it's called Drown in Love. I think Luna's referring to what you would more often call a dialect. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. A dialect would be different ways of speaking within your native tongue. Mostly they differ by parts of the country. And accent would be like, I have a German accent when I speak English. And when I speak German, I don't really have an accent. I speak High German, I think that's what it's called. But like people in Berlin or Cologne or Bavaria have a very strong dialect or Saxony compared to me when they speak German. Same language, but we have different accents. Historically, Romania is similar to Poland. Everyone wants a piece of us. Everyone wants a piece of us. So we have a lot of influence in the way we speak. Yeah, that's a dialect then. But I'm speaking about the accent. So if a Romanian person talks English, they have an accent. You can hear that they are not a native English speaker. And I like that accent. I don't like the German accent, for example. I like the Romanian one. And I like the accent that British people have when they talk German. I like the French accent. Stuff like that. Demi allegedly speaks the Hochdeutsch dialect of German languages. Yeah. I used to talk a little bit more Saxony because of my mom, but I kind of got rid of it. Whenever I hear her talk like that, I'm like, ugh. Like, for example, the word genau, which means exactly. She says genau. So she pronounces the G different. It's like, you don't say exactly, you say exactly. For example, like that way, those small things. Or she doesn't say elf, she says elf. And I used to do that too. But I also don't say kurz with an R, I say kurz. Kurz. Mal kurz weg. Nicht, ich muss mal kurz weg. But it's probably more because of my voice. Because if I say kurz, my voice automatically drops. And when I say kurz, kurz, it doesn't. That's a very different way to pronounce genau indeed. Not very different. Genau isn't that far away. You can still understand that it means that word, but it's a little bit. Quartzweg? What? Oh, Quartzweg. Yeah, Quartzweg. I'm gone for a short amount of time. Gone shortly is what it would be. Quartzweg. You can hear the difference between different parts of Romania when they speak English. Ah, so you can also hear the dialect in their accent. Gotcha, gotcha. That's funky. It makes sense though. Demi's accent is very cute though, even though it's supposed to be a German accent. It is a German accent. I don't know why some people, like, it depends on where you're from, right? Germans know that I'm German. They can hear my accent. But some people thought I have a British accent and a French accent. So apparently my accent is a mixture of British, American, French, and German. I think I told that story before, but I had Americans in my bar once where I work, right? And I talked English to them, and they were then asking me where I learned English because they can't tell my accent. They can't tell where I learned English, like, because in school we learn British English. From shows we learn American English, but like, mine is such an odd mixture, and I was like, oh, I'm just chronically online. I just pick it up from whenever. I come back and now there's double Pam. Yeah, we're gonna play Minecraft, that's why. Of how you mostly can spot a German with the accent. Always. Always. But I must admit, my German accent isn't as bad as some other people's accent. I can still tell it's German, but I don't cringe as much because of my own accent than I do with other people. But I mean, that's the advantage of speaking a lot of English, I guess. You sound like neither of those? No, like a mixture. I've been watching Card Captor Sakura, which features an important character who always talks in Osaka dialect instead of standard Japanese pretty much most of the time. When I still can't understand something in the show, it's when he's talking. Yep. Oh, Kurzweg. Double the bay. The case with Romania is that they are not categorized as dialects since it's the exact same vocabulary, but still. You also have that in German. I guess it's not phonetic after all, or like 100% phonetic. German have similar phonetic features to British English, and the reason French sounds like French today is because it took some phonetic features from German. Checks out. Oh. Yeah, the old German language. I think English is also from very, very old German, which is why we're all similar to Latin. Unbelievable. You're so funny. Let me adjust my blanket on my chair real quick. Like that anymore. Japanese dialects can be so different from standard Japanese. They would have straight up different words. Oh, the Bavarians in Germany do it well. Does as well, do as well. Sometimes the dialect is literally just the way you pronounce it. Sometimes the dialect is completely different words for it. For example, Berliner, Krapfen, Pfannkuchen. It's all the same thing, but very different words. If I could record my voice and send in chat, I'll do it and make it somewhat easier to understand. You might be able to do that if you join the Discord. I don't know if voice messages were enabled there or not. But that's one option I can think of. Standard Japanese, the word for is da. In Osaka dialect, it is ya. And the Japanese word for no good, can't do it, broken is dame. The Osaka one is oh, that's a very different word. The da and ya are very similar, but that's different. They have different etymological origins. Ooh. I can use most of the accent we have.
Ha! A multilingual talent here.
I see. Brain error. Wait, I can do that. At least the Pam model. Right.
Yay, Discord! Let's go. One more person in our little cult.
Okay, guys, let's switch to Minecraft. I said today will be a short stream. I thought about maybe like 2.5 hours. I can't make 2 hours of 2.5 hours stream be just yapping. That doesn't work.
Thank you, Shadow.
I do it. Let's go. Love the brain error. He's a nice one. I use my toggles way too rarely. I think they are way too cool, but I always forget to use them. Okay. Curse Forge. It's gonna take a little bit to load.
Your Highness, I'm sure it's not that noticeable.
Alright. 5 minutes ball time. I was so close to saying yeah because we usually have the nya time and the ball time at the same time, that whenever I say ball time, I also have to nya. But no, it's just ball time. Then Japanese word originated ago, the board game terminology, while Osaka words akan is a shortened version of akanai, which is the negative conjugation of akuru, which means to open, and the meaning bent from does not open to does not work. Oh, that is complicated. You want I can redeem the another time? No. Not when I joined Minecraft. Last time, if you remember last stream, I joined Minecraft and Head was like, is there a reason you say nya all the time? I'm like, yes. Chat is the reason. Please don't do it again. Please don't. Do it, don't do it. No. Can't believe Head called you out like that. Yeah, for real. I mean, he does not know my streams, so.
Also, hi, Demon. Can we get a shout out for Demon?
Yeah, Demon, stop following me. Voice messages are not enabled, I think. No, I wasn't sure if it was. Shit. Maybe I can see if I can enable it, but it might be that's not a thing you can do on servers. Who did that? Battle Bro! No! Stop it! No, not like that. Okay, I need to remember 3 minutes, yeah. So I have to add 2 more minutes when thingy majiggy. Oh, something is broken, yeah. Uh-oh, we have a problem, yeah. Wait, can you see that? Oops, that was the wrong button. I just died, yeah. No. Oh. Maybe we make a small Minecraft Pam. Do you see that my skin looks fucked up in the corner, yeah? Not my normal skin, yeah. I'd have login issues with essentials, yeah. Let's hope and pray. Give me some of those different words in German dialects also had their own different... Yeah, I bet they do. Especially since Germany was split for a long time, yeah. Do what again? We're showering. What happened? Prepare for trouble and make a double. We're playing Cobblemon, yeah? Welcome back, Dominic. How was your shower, yeah? Oh, yep. That's not good.
Which Pokemon could also be a pirate? Rare Bach.
That didn't TTS well. Okay, let me restart Minecraft. That's not working. Usually I fix that problem by restarting my PC, yeah? But I can't restart my PC when I'm streaming, yeah? I have a massive headache? No, Zeki, how did that happen? Yeah. 20 minutes I have to take the bus to DM and print my Bewerbung, which I finished 5 minutes ago, and my Lebenslauf also 5 minutes ago. Let's go! Fingers crossed that it's going well, yeah. It's very brain fucky to send out applications for jobs, yeah. Mm-hmm. I was cheated into joining a cult, didn't I? I didn't know for sure. I didn't promise anything, yeah. I thought maybe it works, yeah. You can leave any time if you don't like the cult, yeah. We don't force you to be there, yeah. You could steal a different skin. No, that's not how it works, yeah. The skin isn't the only issue we have right now, yeah. I had that you'll have to log out of your Microsoft account and re-log in. Usually I just restarted my PC. That happens way too often, yeah. Why is that a thing recently? Okay, let's check. Okay, bowl time is over. I need to add a yeah timer for 2 more minutes. There we go, yeah. Oh, I'm still with the blue background, yeah. Did you drink enough? Actually not even a liter today. Drink. Zeki, you need to drink, yeah. No wonder you have a headache. No, which still happens. Shit, fuck, yeah. Let me do this real quick. Yes, shut the fuck up, yeah. Loading, yeah. It's loading, yeah. So it is a code. I just like to say it's a code. Not really, yeah. Don't worry about it. We're too chill to be a cult, yeah. You can, but stream will just end. Yeah, we don't want that, yeah. I mean, that would split the stream into a just chatting stream and a Minecraft stream. Maybe that could work. Let's see how this works out, yeah. Maybe we'll have to do that. Because so far, it's still loading. Doesn't manage to log in, yeah.
With great intensity.
Took a painkiller and we'll drink. That is good, Zeki. That is good, yeah. Same here, to be honest. Why not drink enough 1 liter of Monster Energy? That's not actually hydrating you. Drink if you say so. Yeah, I'm also still sipping on my tea, but it's cold by now because it's been 2 hours. I like pie. Oh, hi Valimar. How you doing? The Nya time is over. Finally. Yeah, it's still loading. It's still loading. It's not working. It's not. Yeah, error. Don't you say? I have one more idea that might work. Otherwise, we might have to actually stop and restart. Okay, your account has been added in game. Still has the weird skin though. Ow. Doesn't look good. Need to go. Pipe will not lay itself. You need to lay. What? Have fun on your date. Bye bye. Thanks for spending time with us. Oh, logging in. Maybe it works. Maybe Luna was the problem. Oh no, it doesn't. Maybe I am the problem. Let's try it again via CurseForge. Maybe that works. You're done. You're now signed into CurseForge app. Okay. Let's try it one more time. You've been following for 2 years, 3 months, 8 days, and 21 hours. Damn. A long time. Pretty sure Monster's dehydrating. I think caffeinated drinks are dehydrating as much as they are hydrating. So you consume water, but you also need more water to flush it out of your system. So it's pretty much not a win, but it's also not dehydrating. It's just as if you never drank it type of shit. Hi, Vexon. How you doing? Yeah. What Open said. Didn't have time. I took the first aid course at 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Then I had to go to home, shave, go to DM, take a picture with a not good because I'm... No, don't say that, Zeki. What the fuck? Come back, write my Bewerbung, and this time I only got sipped a bit of water and Monster Energy. Of course, you're also drinking energy. Are you trying to connect to the Cobble Cookie server? Yes, I am. Are there issues? Hi, Yuki. Yes, I'm currently having issues, but I think it's because of my internet. Thank you for giving a shout out to Yuki. Yuki's the one who made the server. Nope, I think we're still having issues. Relogging with my Microsoft account didn't help. Mix my energies with water because they are too sweet for me. That's at least something, but it's still energy. I drink mostly tea and water. That sounds healthier. Yeah. I'm looking at the console and I don't see any issues with their packages sent. Yeah. No, the thing is I also had that issues when I was playing in single player world that my skin looked like default. Minecraft keeps having that issue a lot recently because my internet poops itself at like 2:55, like you know how the server restarts at 3 p.m. our time, and right before that I get kicked out of the server every single day because my internet shits itself. That's not something I can fix. It's because of my internet provider. But every time that happens, I have to restart my PC in order to be logged in properly. And I think since I didn't restart my PC after 3 p.m., that might still be the issue. It's an issue everywhere though. I know it happened to me too, and it's been an ongoing issue with the Minecraft skin servers ever since they released the latest version. Okay, so it's not just a me thing. I'm glad, but I still, like, restarting my PC for whatever reason fixes this every time. And my internet issues were a thing even before they added the new version.
Pata, please.
Yuki, can I putt you? Start the PC again? What is doing? Guessing they fucked some stuff up. Yeah. Microsoft things. Your ratio is right. It's like you get more monster to drink. Yes, but I don't know if that's better. Average Microsoft experience for real, for real. Okay, you know what? We'll restart the PC and try that out. Which means you all stay here. Okay? Until I'm back. And then we can split the VOD into just chatting and... Ooh, Ed's... Split the VOD